Hello, my name is Ashley Shepard, and I'm going to be your nurse today. I understand you may have some concerns regarding your AIDS and being new to the United States from the United Kingdom. The doctor and I are going to do our best to address all of your concerns. She will be able to speak with you about your medications and trying to keep you on the same regimen that you've been on for a while. But I, personally, will be your go-to person for just about any questions that you may have. Now, starting off, I want to address the differences between the healthcare in the United Kingdom and the United States, because I know that you know your disease and you do not need much teaching on that topic. But before we start, I want you to tell me about what AIDS means to you and what it means to have it. I want to check that you don't have any cultural beliefs that may be keeping you from receiving any treatments. Okay, great. Sounds to me like you've got a good idea of what's going on. And since you do not have any specific religious or cultural beliefs that may keep me from your treatment, I can address the healthcare topic. According to SAMPAT in 2011, large quantities of both the United Kingdom and United States citizens are actually very unhappy with their healthcare. But I understand you were at least somewhat satisfied with your care, and I'm hoping that we can make you even more so now. We here are going to do our best to ensure that, although we cannot tell you right now what kind of insurance you'll be able to receive, that we are going to do our best to give you the best care possible. SAMPAT 2011 explains that the main issue with healthcare in the United Kingdom is different than in America. In the United States, there's constant discussion about whether or not the government has been providing satisfactory resources towards healthcare, since the National Health Services, or NHS as you may know, is government funded. Also, there is limited access to care in some situations. The main problem in the United States, however, is the concern over rising costs. Since healthcare is oftentimes provided by private companies rather than the government. However, both countries have made huge advances in the past 50 years in such things as medications, procedures, and equipment. In both countries, this has caused great improvements in the medical practice as a whole. These new technologies, though, are a huge reason for the rising healthcare costs. These can strain the government resources as well as the people that are paying for their healthcare, because the government resources are strained, the people then end up strained with their money. You see, in the United Kingdom, health technology assessment, or HTA, has been utilized. HTA is a process that concludes evidence on the value as well as the cost effectiveness of these new technologies. You can imagine this would be a great tool to be using. In the United States, though, HTA has played a very minor role at best. The United Kingdom's healthcare system is socialized, so most of the care is free for the citizens. Besides, you may have a minor copayment here or there for some medications that you may need. In America, people can receive health care through their employer, where they would have like a monthly bill that they would have to pay towards it. but many procedures and medications and that kind of stuff would actually be covered by the insurance, and you would have less co-pays, but you'd be paying more monthly normally. And I understand that this is an option for you, because if it is, it's more than likely going to be one of the best deals that you'll be able to receive, considering you're going to need a lot of coverage for all of your medications, any procedures you may need, and the doctor's visits that you will probably be having quite often. Because otherwise, you might be left applying for the government-assisted healthcare, and if you make too much money, they will not accept you. To look into this, though, if you would like to, you can go to https://nystateofhealth.ny.gov/. On this website, you can easily fill out an application to inquire about whether or not you qualify for this government-assisted healthcare. It is based on annual income of your household. If you make $1 too much, you're not going to be able to qualify, but if your annual income falls within the range, they will assist you with your healthcare. And there are multiple options that you can choose within there. Different kinds of healthcare that would cover different things. But you should have a discussion with your employer about your healthcare options that you have through them, and if you're not satisfied with your options, you should look into this website that I've given you. And then if you're also not eligible and left wondering what to do, feel free to contact me during office hours anytime, 8 o'clock to 4 o'clock, Monday through Friday at this office. I know you have the number. You called in and spoke with one of our great secretaries, and she's the one who provided me with all of your information. Most people, though, do seem that they are satisfied with the healthcare that their employers have provided them. Now that we've talked about healthcare, I would like to talk about my concerns I may have for you regarding your situation and the changes that are happening in your life right now. We all know that moving is a very big change, especially moving to a different country. According to Anderson in 2009, people with AIDS often experience ups and downs. You may shift between good and bad mental health states. But I want you to stay in as good of a mental health state as possible. Many people suffering from AIDS say that these shifts of mood may be due to inconsistent coping strategies. I suggest things such as individual or group therapy, which the doctor can give you information about or referrals to. I can also get you some literature about it. You could also volunteer at AIDS groups. Anderson, 2009, suggests that the best way of coping is through a close group of confidants. So if you could find a small group therapy and make some friends there, find people that you trust and who trust you and are going through the same thing as you, you could possibly find that you're able to cope much better than if you remained alone through this change in your life. I will get you some literature about places that you can go for group therapies. We've got a list, and I'll bring that to you after you see the doctor, if you would like it. If you want to ask the doctor about individual therapy, she can help you more with that and get you a good referral to a great therapist. One of my main concerns for you is that you spend a lot of time sitting in front of your computer, since of course that is your job. I know you try to walk or jog a couple times a week, but I would love for you to make a deal with me that you at least try to walk 3 times a week for half an hour, in addition to some easy, simple exercises that you can do at home. Things that you only have to do for a few minutes every day. You could do squats, push-ups, sit-ups, lunges, and there's so much more. For a great list of home exercises, you can visit this website. I'll write it down and hand it to you. There you are. So at this web address that I've written down and given to you for your future use, you can look at it and just make 5 or 10 minutes every day for some of these exercises, and it can improve your health drastically and help prevent things like cardiovascular disease that can be attributed to a sedentary lifestyle or a lifestyle spent sitting often. You know, we want to keep you as healthy as possible because you do not want to end up with any other diseases on top of your AIDS. I know you know that, and it would be bad. One more thing that I'm going to ask you to consider would be completely avoiding any and all junk food. I know that you do your best, but if you can eliminate any excess sugars or excess salts in your diet, it would make you feel so much better, and it would reflect on your health status directly. Some testing that the doctor may want to do with you soon in the future would be a tuberculosis test, a hepatitis test, and test for kidney or liver damage. Because these are some things that can happen living with AIDS, and it's best to test for it so that we know when it's happening early rather than having to catch it later. Because you've been living with your diagnosis now for a while, and you believe the medications that you're on are helping you, we do not need to perform any tests to confirm your diagnosis. But we want to perform tests that will screen you for any potential diseases that AIDS may leave you susceptible for. So normally just a simple blood draw, which I know that you have gone through before, would be able to test you for many of these diseases. You could also choose to have genetic testing at this time if you choose to do so. This can help determine if you're susceptible or vulnerable to certain diseases. I recommend doing this in your case. So get the screenings. We want to catch anything early so that it's easier to treat than if we caught it later. Do you have any questions? Well, it was a pleasure to meet you, and if you do end up with any questions in the future, feel free to contact me, like I said, at this office during office hours, or your doctor during the same hours. We're both here for you. We're advocating for you. We want you to be healthy. Your doctor will be in to see you in just a moment. Thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of your day if I don't see you.